Hey everybody, welcome to Traveling Uke. I'm Brooke, and I got a super fun mashup. You're watching a tutorial for Mmmbop, bop, ba, doo, wah, da, ba, da, ba, doo, wah. Once you Mmmbop, you can't stop. So this will be a tutorial for Mmmbop. We're gonna add in Two Princes by Spin Doctors, a little bit of Lucky, Britney Spears, and Ace of Base the Sign. The only one that's in the original key, with the key that we're going to use today, is Two Princes. Mmmbop, those guys wrote that song like in the womb. They wrote it before they hit puberty, so it's really high in the original key. If you want to play in the original key, it's below in the description box, as well as the original keys for the other songs. But for the purposes of this mashup tutorial, and for our adult, fully developed vocal cords, we're going to change it to D. So of course, mashup tutorials often have a lot of information. This has tons of information, and that's why it's all written below in the description box. So if you want to take notes of some of the chord patterns, everything's there. The strum pattern, links that you need, the chords that you need, the chord patterns, which parts they go with which songs, and the original chords in the original keys for all the songs. So let me show you what it's gonna look like and sound like, kind of. You gotta get your stank face on for hands. Yeah, 1, 2, princess, a bit for you. That's what I said now. A princess, princess who adore you. Na 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 na. Want to buy you something, and get down, you marry him, marry me. I'm the one that lives up, but they can't see. I ain't got no more family tree, but I don't want a princess lover ought to be. I don't want a princess lover ought to be. Yeah, she's lucky. She's a star, but she cried, cried, cried in a lonely heart, thinking, saw the sign, opened up my eyes, saw the sign, lived the madness without understanding. I saw the sign, opened up my eyes, I saw the yeah, 1, 2, pop. She's lucky, she's a star, but she's on the side. And opened up her eyes, she's on the side. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's learn it. Let's talk about the strum first and a couple notes about the strum. So we're using basic strum 2, which is on the channel. You can learn the full strum there. As a reminder, that is down, down, up, up, down, down, 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 up, down. For all of these songs, some of them have fast chord changes and some of them have slow chord changes. When we do the fast chord change, we're going to split up the basic strum 2 pattern into 2 parts. So the first part is the down, down, and the second part is the up, up, down, down, up. If you've watched some of my other tutorials, especially recently, we do a lot of this kind of splitting up the strum pattern into 2 parts for those times when we have faster chord changes. For the other songs, and I'll of course tell you which one is doing what when we learn them. We're going to have slow changes, so we're going to use 1 full round of the strum pattern for each chord. So basically I'm setting you up for the structure of this lesson. If I say fast change, that means to split up the strum pattern into 2 parts. Down, down, change, up, up, down, down, up. If I say it's a slow change, we're going to use 1 round of the strum pattern for each chord. So those chords are D, the top 3 strings of the 2nd fret, G, the 2nd and the bottom string of the 2nd fret and the 3rd string down of the 3rd fret, A, the 2nd string of the 1st fret, the top string of the 2nd fret, and we also need B minor, so the bottom 3 strings of the 2nd fret and the top string of the 4th fret. The trick is that all the songs that use the same 4 chords in some combination, they're all going to be like different patterns for each song. So, since this is primarily an Mmmbop tutorial, we're going to talk about that first. For the verses of Mmmbop, the part that people don't really know as well. Verse is D, A, G, A. And it's a fast change. So we're splitting up the strum pattern between 2 chords. D, A, G, A. And you repeat that. D, A, G, A. The summer relationships in this life. Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. If you're a beginner player and you can't strum that well yet, there's hope for you, don't worry. Practice, practice, practice. You can just play with your thumb. D, da, 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 D, A, G, A. For the chorus of Mmmbop, this is the super famous part that will be stuck in your head now for weeks that you've watched this video lesson. You're welcome. We're playing a slow change. D, G, D, A. D, G, D, A. Bop, dee, bop, bop, G, bop. D, bop, 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 A. And then you repeat it. That's it. Alright, now we're going to move on to 2 princes. So for most of this song, you're playing D, B minor, A, and G with a fast change. D, B minor, A, G. D, B minor, A, G. 1, 2, princes sit before you. What I done now, princes who adore you. For the bridge, this is when he sings, marry him, marry me, I'm the one that loves it but can't you see. We're playing with a slow change. G, D, G, A. Like this. G, D, G, A, bum, 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 and you're going to want to hang on that A occasionally before you dramatically move into any other song, any other part of any one of these songs. The last thing that we have to do is learn the sign and lucky. So these are only the choruses, and they have the same pattern. So that makes it pretty easy. D, B minor, G, and then A. And for the sign, we're doing fast changes. And for the Britney Spears song Lucky, we're doing slow changes. So for the sign, you're going to play D, B minor, G, A. D, B minor, G, A. Now we slow it down for Lucky. Stay on the D. Now B minor. Breath. Okay. So that's everything you need for Mmmbop, the whole thing. 2 princes, the whole thing, as far as I can remember. And the chorus of the sign and Lucky. Smash it all together however you want. Okay, here's a little bonus. If you follow me on Instagram, I put up a little preview of this, and I was like jazzing up Mmmbop. So something you can do if you want to slow jam jazz style Mmmbop is add a major 7 to the first 2 chords, D and G. So D major 7 is, barring the 2nd fret and then we use the bottom string of the 4th fret. Sorry. So it sounds really jazzy, like mellow, loungy music. So D major 7. The other chord variation you can use is G major 7. The G major 7 is the bottom 3 strings of the 2nd fret. So this is just like a fun little trick. If you want to play Mmmbop at Sunday brunch, these are the chord variations you use. Feel free to do any of the songs. She's lucky, she's a star, but she cried, cried, cried in the lonely heartache Mmmbop. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I put up little previews of what we're going to learn sometimes, and also other fun ukulele things. Great! I've been putting this one together for a couple weeks. I'm really excited to finally record it. If you have any questions, I know this was a lot of information. It looks pretty confusing. That's why we like to write it out. Sort of put your little notes together so you can keep organized. Thank you so much for coming by. Please come back for more mashup fun, the funkiest YouTube channel in the galaxy. See you next time. Much love. Peace.